What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the FAST headquarters. Today I want to go over a little bit of technique work with you today. What we're going to address is the proper way to set up the bar on your back for a back squat. Now, things I'll be highlighting is the proper positioning, how to create what's called a stable shelf, and why that's important. Things I want you to think about is spine of the scapula, meaning there's a part of the bone on the shoulder blade that I want this bar to sit on to help create that stable shelf. Once we found bar placement on the spine of the scapula, we're going to make sure that our elbows are underneath of our bodies, as vertical as we can get, so that we can avoid any anterior or posterior rotations or movements as we're going through the squat. Now, the reason this is important is creating that stable shelf is what's going to create stability within the upper torso for your squat. It's going to allow you to tighten up all your upper back muscles to allow you to not have any kind of injuries and overall have more stability as you're going through the descending and ascending portions of the squat. So as I was saying, looking for the spine of the scapula, if you go right back here on the top, it's an elongated piece of the bone that creates the beginning of that stable shelf. Now, as I put the bar on my back, I'm gonna allow that bar to sit there. I'm gonna rotate my elbows here like so, and try to keep them as vertical as possible. Once I've achieved that position, I'm gonna tighten my upper back muscles, all right? Create some core rigidity and try to maintain that throughout the squat. So first things first, let's get our hand placement correct. You don't want to have an offset hand placement because the bar will either be justified to the left or the right on your back. Generally, you can use what's called the thumb rule. Maybe I totally made it up, but it works. So your thumbs are generally going to be equal in length. So what you're going to look for is where the smooth part of the bar meets the rough part of the bar. Now, the rough part of the bar is called the knurling, okay? So if you put your thumb at the edge of where the smooth meets the knurling, your hands will be equally spaced. Now, if you don't possess the shoulder mobility to be able to keep your arms in tight like that, there's also breaks in the knurling, depending on what kind of bar you have, on the outsides as well. Now, approach the bar, make sure your hands are even, go underneath the bar, making sure your head goes directly under, not teeter-tottering either way, and set the bar on top of the spine of the scapula. Once you've done that, rotate your elbows under and tighten your upper back muscles. Things you're looking to avoid is setting it high on top of the neck right here on that cervical vertebrae, or that big hump that you can feel when you touch the back of your neck, or going too low like a powerlifting stance where it's midway through the scapula or midway down the scapula. A really great trick to think about is once you have it set on the spine of the scapula, your elbows are set and your upper back is tight, think about bending that bar around your back. That's gonna help you keep your upper back muscles tight and help avoid any injury that may occur in your upper back during the squat. You're clearly not going to be able to bend the bar around your back, but it's a great feedback loop to know that you're pulling the bar down, keeping your upper back tight. So check this out. Step one, get your hands set. Step two, we're gonna go underneath the bar evenly. Step three, we're gonna place the bar on the spine of the scapula. Step four, we're going to make sure that our elbows are vertical. And step five, we're gonna keep our upper back tight by pretending we're gonna pull the bar down. It should look something like that. Now, often I don't teach open hand grip things or a monkey grip on things. It's always a closed grip on anything. But a great trick if you lack lat mobility or you lack any kind of shoulder mobility to allow you to get underneath is to go for that monkey grip to keep that elbow vertical, to keep the forearm vertical. By adhering to these tips and tricks, you're going to allow your squat to be safer, your upper back to avoid injury, and the overall quality of your squat to increase. Creating that core rigidity, allowing your torso to be more vertical, is going to keep you more stable within the squat and allow you to avoid any kind of anterior or posterior leaning within the squat. By avoiding any excess anterior trunk leans within the squat, it's going to take the pressure off of your low back. By taking the pressure off your low back, you're going to decrease injury rates and allow the load to be properly set on your glutes, quads, and hamstrings. Give it a shot, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.